Hi, today is a more serious video and may not be very visually interesting, so just listen if you will. Recently, I've found a great issue in the writing and handling of ShadowClan and felt the need to discuss it. From their introduction of ShadowClan, we are given a very rocky opinion. They are cloud in darkness and have many large, grouchy cats. Yellowfang is arguably the first ShadowClan cat that Firepaw, our protagonist, gets to experience, and she, as well as the rest of the book's ShadowClan cats, will set an example for their clan in the many books to come. The issue with that is Yellowfang is portrayed negatively, and I know that was to create tension and drama as she is an old woman with much to be angry about, but it becomes a stock personality for ShadowClan cats. She gets to have a bit of a redemption arc and seem warmer and greater than her initial introduction, but that doesn't apply to every other cat alongside her. Clawface and Broken Star are better examples of what the writers were trying to push, as Clawface takes away Spotted Leaf and Broken Star enslaves kits into apprenticeships and has them fight in meaningless battles. On top of that, ShadowClan forces one clan out of their territory and they go to starve in some sewers. ShadowClan was written to be villainous, especially with ThunderClan in mind. Regardless of Tigerclaw being from ThunderClan, born and raised, he only shows this evil true colors when working with Broken Star and joining forces with evil ShadowClan rogues. He can only truly be evil when he is in charge of ShadowClan and interacting with them. Tiger Star ceases to be a ThunderClan cat and is a ShadowClan. And as a second villain, the second main villain of Warriors, it's a pattern that seems ill. Broken Star, Clawface, Tiger Star all share the title of ShadowClan, and it starts to appear as an uneasy pattern. Thankfully, Scourge appears as the fourth villain in the series, but wait, I forgot a few. Let's backtrack a bit to remember Blackfoot and Darkstripe. Only which one is actually ShadowClan and the other is TigerClan, which I would consider as an honorary ShadowClan. As they tried to murder children and did succeed in killing Stonefur, I would say that brings the tally of 4.5 ShadowClan villains out of 5. And I'm starting to sense a pattern here. Scourge and BloodClan are some of the only first arc antagonists that are not only from ShadowClan or align themselves with ShadowClan, but aren't aligned with the forest, which is nice. However, their introduction is through ShadowClan, which can be a bit concerning. Before moving on, I just want to say that I'm not considering the dogs as villains because I would just mark them as an extension of Tiger Claw. Okay. Arc 2 brings us the most wonderful treat of RiverClan being the Shady Clan and the antagonist of Hawkfrost. It was wonderful to have a new character that would be there to cause grief for the main cast and show that evil cats can come from all the clans. Oh wait, what's that? His father is who? Why am I not surprised? Hawkfrost is the son of Tiger Star, because of course he is. While it's interesting to see what Tiger Star would have done outside of his ties to ThunderClan, this does not give a good light to his antagonisms in the long run. Hawkfrost is a product of Tiger Star, a product of the ShadowClan evilness, if you will. His anger and villainy is only in RiverClan because it is not in ShadowClan, and that is what is most concerning about his character. Aside from Hawkfrost's antagonism, there are 3 antagonistic forces to consider. The most obvious is Mudclaw, with his, Hawkfrost-fueled rebellion, It is the most nice change of pace because WindClan would be great for a villain. My only concern is that the fire that stoked Mudclaw was all thanks to Hawkfrost, who was stoked by ShadowClan, which makes it feel like some sort of extension and not a non-ShadowClan villain. Next is the Tribe and Sharpclaw. Now, I do not want to talk about the Tribe because there is a lot of racial issues with them already, and it does not feel like my place to speak about it. So I'm going to be leaving a link to a much better document discussing that down below. Please check that out. Sharpclaw, on the other hand, was a good antagonist with no attachment to the rest of the plot with real consequences. Like, he actually had a cat die, so that was pretty nice. Sadly, that was the only one for a long while. In Power of 3, WindClan has, as a whole, stands as a minor antagonist, I would say, in the new territories, and RiverClan is far away, meaning no one comes from their shores until possibly the newest arc, which is really hard to say because it hasn't come out yet. So, who knows? ShadowClan, though, still shares a border with ThunderClan, and that comes into play a lot, even though WindClan still has a lot of attention. We have Soul. He appears as an overarching villain for the arc, for the entire arc. He's kind of there the entire time. And it's neat because he's not from the clans. He comes from SkyClan, which is also very far away, though admittedly a lot farther away than RiverClan, so... And he also has no attachments to the current structure that they have, and that makes him a threat. At least a threat that's more interesting. He's not here to just go, oh, I'm gonna kill some cats. It's more of a threat of how the clans function, which is actually interesting. However, the writers choose his base of operations poorly. As, ShadowClan comes back into frame as the bad guys. Woo! It's poorly handled as well as Soul encourages them to stop using the warrior code, and that apparently means they turn into heathens who let actual children starve. Regardless of it, they are actually the villain, whether or not they are actually a villain. ShadowClan does not walk away from Power 3 with coming off of... They appear bad, regardless. Finally, in Omen of the Stars, we are granted some ShadowClan sympathy, thanks to Flametail. He's a good character that shows a good view on ShadowClan's inner workings, and has the audience feel upset and sympathetic during his death and for the mourning. Even though it's, 2 or 3 chapters, it's a much needed point of view, especially because there is too much point of view in ThunderClan. Besides that, there are mostly previous baddies from ShadowClan that appear within the Dark Forest, and I actually think ShadowClan has some of the fewest trainees in the Dark Forest. So, ignoring the 5th arc, sorry, I haven't read Dawn of the Clan, and I actually don't think ShadowClan gets any shorter than the stick in there. I think we need to come on to Vision of Shadows. I don't know much about these books either, because I haven't read them, but I do know that the main antagonist group is mostly fine in regards to ShadowClan. I know they still do some weird stuff. Darktail has his ties to WindClan, and is the only blatantly ShadowClan influence I can see over the plot, I believe, again, haven't read the books, is Sleek Whisker, and she does have a lot of good plot relevance, while also doing some not very good things. I'm kind of thankful that we have Violet Shine, I believe Violet Paul the entire time, in ShadowClan, because that's a not middle of the series lens, and we actually get to see ShadowClan sort of from the entire arc, and that balances out, I would say, with Slake Whisker, though probably not a lot. As far as representation for ShadowClan, it takes a mighty step past Flametail and goes a lot of good in showing what ShadowClan is like. It actually is a lot more entertaining to have a ShadowClan antagonist appear because we would have already spent time getting to know them and getting to know their environment, and we can feel a more genuine betrayal instead of just having a clan churn out bad guys. So the Broken Code is the only series so far that has no antagonist from ShadowClan. At least I don't believe so. We can probably loosely count some moments where ShadowClan is being not very good during the whole code breaking part, or that in the Dark Forest they probably ran into some ShadowClan cats, but I'm not including that. I'm talking about people who served a more narrative purpose and couldn't have just been easily replaced by stock character number 17. Again, I haven't read these books, but I do try to heavily reference a bunch of sources, and ShadowClan has floated into this more neutral and positive territory this time, which is a-okay in my book. Overall, the tally for ShadowClan started very high and has now slipped around 7 out of 15 or 16, depending on who you want to count as a villain. And this is disregarding all of the Dark Forest antagonists and anyone from, like, the comics or the Super Editions, because I'm talking about main series here. And this is also going to be marking Darktail, Sleek Whisker, and the Kin as 3 different separate entities. I may have also forgotten a few, so feel free to tell me, but it appears that about half, or less than half, of the antagonists we face are from ShadowClan. Thankfully, this seems to filter away as more and more positive remarks come from ShadowClan's way. Even with this latter positivity, the opinion on ShadowClan in the early books sticks with people more often, or at least I would say so. And why, I hear you ask? Well, plenty of the readers will hop off after reading the books or after the ends of arcs. Most who read the first arc or at least, the first 3 arcs, have a specific point of view on ShadowClan, and it's one heavily reinforced by the authors. And I don't think anyone's gonna start reading Warriors by picking it up with, a Vision or Shadows or anything. Though that would be probably some person's experience. I think a lot of people are gonna be starting in the beginning, and that has a very not good opinion of ShadowClan. In fact, other clans refer to them as evil, battle-hungry, and while some of the claims have evidence, as one clan was literally driven out of their territory unjustly, and there are plenty of battles that ShadowClan dives headfirst into, a lot of them are just boogeyman-esque. The term shadow is in the name, and they are sneaky and stealthy, which can be really cool if it wasn't meant as an insult. They also eat reptiles, which are cold-blooded, and they eat trash, referred to as carrion, which adds to their foul atmosphere. Even though these things aren't inherently bad, when it comes to making a character design, none of these things are addressed with a view of sympathy or seen as more as bad things. In fact, I don't think anyone talks about the fact that they really eat trash. Like, maybe once. I mean, we always talk about how, oh my god, Two Legs put some trash or poisoned the rivers, and now RiverClan is suffering, but ShadowClan has literally been eating trash out of a landfill for the entire time they were in the old territories, and no one talks about it? Suspicious. At one point, having a sneaky ShadowClan cat might prove a plot-sensitive stealth mission a success, but they don't use that information, and they don't further that away from, like, their negative connotation attached to the terms. If it was important to have someone like that, that would be cool. Like, imagine having a ShadowClan protagonist and it's like, oh, we need someone to sneak into, like, a Two Legs house or this group or this area, and they need their ShadowClan protagonist because that cat has been trained on how to be sneaky and light on their feet and blend in shadows, and that would be really cool. But I think they just say rude things about ShadowClan and then forget that that was mentioned. And even if they don't mean any harm in it, the writers have done a lot to paint ShadowClan in a bad light and alienate them from the rest, seeming like these little kitty boogeymans of the clan territories. They're evil, they're villainous, they cause many dangers to the rest of the clans, often causing more harm than they can fix. A good cat from ShadowClan is unlikely as StarClan sending Firestar to the Dark Forest. Seriously, they don't do anything to tell you that a lot of good cats can come out of that until way later, when we have already spent a lot of time interacting with them. In fact, I remember when they're talking about Tawny Paw going to live with her dad in ShadowClan and being like, well, you're not evil, and it's like, okay. Do only evil people live there now? This was a child that was literally bullied by an entire clan. Maybe she should go get out of there. Doesn't matter if she's going to Evil McEvil Clan. You're not making a safe environment regardless. Anyways, as intelligent readers, I think that we can read more into ShadowClan than whatever baseline information, and can come to a conclusion that they have a diverse cast of morality. So I suppose to be more conscious of the truth behind what writers tell us about certain groups, we also need to see if they're going to be spinning a thread of shallow thought, and let's look forward to a starless clan giving a good glimpse into the life of a noble and upstanding ShadowClan. Thank you for watching. This was my first analysis video, so if I sound a bit shaky or I'm not good at speaking, I'm sorry. I'm not really used to this. Mostly I just ramble, and I have a very hard time reading off of my script. So I thank you if you made it this far. It's very, very nice of you. And hopefully I can get a better voice and, make some good analysis videos. So maybe I'll see you in a different video. Bye-bye!